Hey, if you're a journal maker, this post will give you some practical ideas to create journal prompts to create more customer satisfaction. Because remember, when your customers are happy with their experience and get results, they'll come back for more and they'll also tell their friends about you. But it's important to remember that journals aren't workbooks. They're meant for more free flow writing, but a guided journal can increase your customer satisfaction because they're more likely to get positive results from your journal, and the more satisfied they are and the more they achieve through that journaling process, the more likely they'll be back. And if we haven't met, I'm Alice Seba from eKit Hub, and let's get into creating a more meaningful experience. So first, you'll need to do your homework and understand the deeper purpose of your journal. It's important to know what your journal is about and what its ultimate purpose is so that you can craft prompts and organize your journal to help your customers in the best way possible. The questions to ask yourself very quickly here are: what problems does your journal solve? And I'll give you some examples in a second. What goal does your journal help your customers achieve? And what specific challenges do your customers face to solve the problem and or reach that goal, right? So first, what problem does your journal solve? Now, this could be as simple as, keeping a log for wines tasted in a wine journal, or documenting the milestones of pregnancy in a pregnancy journal. Or it could be a more complicated problem of dealing with an emotional issue in a self-reflection journal, for example. Next, you need to think about what goal does your journal help your customer achieve. This can go a bit deeper than the problem solving. For example, again, looking at the wine journal, maybe the goal is to expand one's knowledge and ability to discern different wines. Or in a self-reflection journal, perhaps the goal is to reduce anxiety, be a better parent, or any number of things that could be achieved through self-reflection. Then, what specific challenges do your customers face when solving, the problem they have or the goal they want to reach? Back to our wine journal example, that seeks to expand wine knowledge, right? The user might need help expanding their knowledge of wines or learning to develop their palate to discern between different varieties. In a self-reflection journal, to become a better parent, users might find it difficult to control their emotions or have time to slow down and be a more conscious parent. You could actually write a really long list of, the challenges, because when we are trying to, do something new, whether it's hobby or some deeper work, there are lots of stumbling blocks. And the more you can think about that, the more, better prompts you'll be able to make to help them work through that. Once you've done your homework, you probably have a great foundation of where you can employ these prompt creation techniques. And we're going to go through 8 of them, and I'll give you some examples as we go along as well. So first, I think it's important to identify the main points your customers should discover through their journaling. For example, if you have a weight loss journal, you might write down the main tools and tips you provide normally, like maybe you have a blog or you have a course or something. What do you usually tell them to facilitate weight loss? It could be things like drinking lots of water, cutting sugar, exercising more. They're not prompts. This part of the brainstorming process is not a prompt and probably won't be mentioned in the journal necessarily, but they help you create sort of an outline to give to, giving your journal the journaling experience. Then to create the actual prompts, you might ask deeper questions that kind of help them. How does it feel when you haven't reached your goal weight? Are there any self-sabotaging behaviors you engage in when you feel your progress isn't moving as fast as you'd like? You could also choose to add pages that would track their water intake, how they're feeling throughout the day, and then address, things like sugar or whatever it happens. So you could also find thought-provoking quotes. Quotes are a fantastic fantastic addition to any journal. They can be added to free writing pages so the user can consider the quote in their writing, or they can, just use the pages they wish. They're just there. So they don't kind of interrupt the experience, but they can also enhance it. When you're looking for quotes, look for ones that are in line with the main points or encourage, bigger next level thinking. Number 4 is to create your own thought-provoking sayings. Sometimes better than quotes are short sayings that make people think. You can create your own, or you can ask an AI tool like ChatGPT, for example. You can ask ChatGPT, create 10 short, encouraging sayings about the weight loss journal. Make each saying about 5 to 7 words long. It's always important to tell ChatGPT and other tools how long you want it, because they will just blab on forever if you don't rein them in. Then you can look at the output and select the best ones to match your journal's message. You can consider adding statistics. Relevant statistics can inform and motivate people. So you might want to look at government sites or other statistics gathering websites for relevant numbers. Continuing, with the weight loss example, you could include statistics for obesity or disease, and perhaps follow it up with an encouraging word to motivate the journal user to not be a part of that statistic. Sorry, I'm having troubles with that one. Over 60 million in the U.S. live with heart disease. This is an example. Over 60 million in the U.S. live with heart disease, but by choosing a healthy lifestyle, it's easier to avoid that statistic. What about using single words or even images? Sometimes you don't have to write out a complete prompt. You could choose a word or a very short phrase that doesn't offer any direction in the writing, but just allows for free thought in writing, or again, a picture. For example, in a parenting journal, it might be parenthood, compassion, sacrifice. You could also ask your favorite AI tool or ChatGPT to come up with a word list for you, and then choose the ones you like best. An AI prompt might look like something like this. Can you make a list of words, just 1 word per line, that way it's easy for you to copy and paste out of there, that are related to parenting, 25 words total. And then it'll make a list, and some of them you'll like, some of them you won't, and you'll pick the ones that you do. You should also encourage list making. This is a great way to get people writing, especially when maybe they aren't as comfortable, free writing and writing out longer things. But a list is often very easy for people to do, and it's helpful no matter how great they are at journaling. You can suggest the journal make a list of things they're grateful for in relation to your topic. It could be a list of memories. It could be a list of goals or wishes. There are, lots of possibilities with suggesting they create a list. And of course, number 8 is allow for pre-brainstorming. What else could you include in your journal that would provide a meaningful experience for your customers? So once you've brainstormed all your prompts, you should have enough to create a meaningful journal, or even a series of journals that provide a results-oriented experience for your customers. If you'd like a little more help in organizing this and brainstorming it, we do recommend grabbing our Journal Maker's Prompt Workbook. It makes it easy to work through all these tips and create a well-organized, meaningful journal for your customers, and we highly recommend it to level up your journal creation process. You can find the link in the description, as also all the other journals you saw in this video, and we hope to help you on your journal making journey.